So now that we've got a new layout, what we now need to do is make sure that the system knows to use this live. So until we actually tell the system we want to use this new layout, it's not going to change over. So what we need to do first is go into what's referred to as report layout selection. Okay, report layout selection. Now there's quite a lot of reports in the system. So what we're going to do is we're just going to search for invoice. And we're looking for the one that involves a custom layout here, i.e., a Word layout or one that we've amended ourselves. The RDLC reports that you see here, they are more difficult to tweak, namely down to the fact that instead of using Word, you need to use a special tool to tweak those. But if you want more info on that, then just give us a shout. But in this instance, we're just looking at our sales invoice 1306. At the moment, it's set as sales invoice blue simple, but we want to change that so that it's our new invoice layout. Okay, now that should work, but there's one other thing that we just want to check before we start using this, which is a slightly different area of the system called layout selection, I believe. Sorry, report selection sales. Okay, we'll go to sales invoice to double check that it is pointing to the correct document that we've got. So in this instance 1306, which is correct. That's the sales invoice we want to use. And then what we've got is a couple of email body layout descriptions to choose from as well. So for example, if you wanted the body of your email to display differently to the PDF attachment, i.e. the new layout we've created, then you can choose that there as well. But we're going to stick to including everything as the new invoice there. So in theory, with all this now set, we can go in and we can go into, say, an example of a posted sales invoice, and we can start having a look. So this one was posted quite recently. Let's just print this just so that we can see that those changes have taken place. So let's preview, and this should be our new purple layout selection. Excellent. So that's all worked in a way that we want to. So you can repeat this process not just with sales invoices, but anything that does have a Word layout offering. So as I say, purchase orders and that sort of stuff. Because if you are stuck, then give us a shout. We're more than happy to support. Now, there's one other element that I want to draw your attention to, and this is relating to if, for example, you may have customers that need to use their own layout. So an example I can think of is if, for example, you're a company that are using multiple currencies and you want different bank account details to appear on invoices for a customer you deal with, say in US dollars or euros, it makes sense for you to create a specific invoice layout for them instead. So we're going to follow the same process. So let's go custom report layouts. Okay. And we're going to copy our new invoice again. So let's just say new invoice, copy, USD. There we go. So let's just amend that layout. So let's do that again. And then what we'll do is we'll just go in and say, we'll add a couple of extra bits in here. So let's just say currency, enable editing, currency, USD. Please send remittance advice to accounts at, and then you can enter your account details for that particular bank account. So again, these may not be where you want to make those changes, but I'm just doing this for sake of illustration. So we'll save that. Let's just save as example invoice USD. There we go. Back into Business Central. So let's import that layout, import layouts, and then let's do example invoice USD. There we go. Excellent. So now what we need to do is we need to find the customer that we want to use this specific layout with. Okay, so let's go into customers. I'm trying to think of a customer that may not be in the UK, so I don't really think it matters. Let's just do Alpine Ski House. And this is when I try and remember what the navigation menu is that we need to use. So navigate, customer, document layouts. Okay, and this is where we can specify specific invoices for that particular customer. Yeah, so let's go into invoice. And again, we can search here, but I'm just going to go for 1306. Sales invoice, custom layout description is going to be our US dollar one. There we go. Use for email body as well. Yep, no, that's fine, and we'll close that off. Which now means that if we were to post an invoice or send a new invoice, so let's just create a new invoice for sake of argument. I'll just pick some random items here. And to a conference table. Let's just do one of those, just so that we can post and send. So post and send, PDF. And we've now got a specific invoice layout for that particular customer or group of customers, depending on the way that your business is set out. So not only do you have the facility to tweak your invoice layouts or your other report or customer-facing documents, you have the ability to be selective over which customers and suppliers get different document layouts depending on the way that you interact with them. So hopefully that was useful, and as always, give us a shout if you've got any questions. To order Dynamics 365 licenses or to sign up to a 30-day free trial, navigate to d365.link/now.